It seems I'm unfashionably late, but I'm ready to give you everything you want.
We should check out some of the notes we've been picking up, because I feel like we've just kind of let it stack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
In one fell swoop.
That book is heavy.
In one fell swoop, what do you think? Let's just take a look.
Right.
See if there's anything interesting.
Basic bitch.
Yep.
Homunculus.
Confused to form other types of homunculi. Okay. Nanomachines. Okay. Let's take a second. Let's. The most basic type of homunculus, an artificial life form created by Singularity through the advanced application of nanomachine technology, capable of replicating any and all human body parts and organs, can also fuse together to form various other types of homunculi. Possessed of no intelligence to speak of, they're incapable of acting autonomously and are controlled mentally by Singularity. Oh, okay. So it's really like it is just a one-man army. There's no individuality to them. And ribbons that light that extend upwards from their bodies are bundles of neural fibers that act as telepathic receivers. In addition to being several times more agile than the average human, they can also liquefy their bodies and transform arms and hands into various weapons. Okay, hence the little...
So North America bioplant.
So it's nanomachines, and the little light trail behind them is where they're getting their instructions from. So they're not like people that are like taken over or anything. It's just completely artificial. Sure.
Can last 10 years.
Is that what it says? Oh yeah, service life. Yeah.
Birthplace, special skills. Light humanoid assault unit Nebulosus. Enhanced Stratus type that has been given flight capabilities for assault, greatly increasing its operational parameters. The enhanced musculature it has to aid with flight stabilization has also increased in its overall size, and it has been given improved attack capabilities, such as the ability to instantly deploy an attack with a specially designed spear.
You are the coolest looking of the homunculi so far.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you get that. Like, if you were to see... Here's another way of thinking about this. Imagine if you were to see, like... Imagine if the others didn't exist, and this showed up on its own.
Yeah.
You would pop off.
Like, oh, damn, what is that?
You'd pop the fuck off if you saw this enemy on its own, while everything else was angels and demons, right? So, you know, give it its due. Give it its respect.
Cavum, light range support unit, an amalgamation of several Stratus-type homunculi that has reconfigured itself for long-range attack, can increase its metabolism to perform cellular fission at an extreme rate and convert the energy into highly damaging laser. Europe bioplant this time.
Ah.
Not North America.
So the business is worldwide.
Damn, worldwide.
20 years. Lacunosus. I saw someone mention that, like, if you know weather and cloud formations, you can piece together, like, linguistically, you'll recognize what the parts of the names mean. So, like, the cloud forms and such, what was the example?
Like Nimbus, like Cumulonimbus.
Cumulonimbus, exactly.
Yeah.
Cumulo this, Cumulo that.
Cirrus are like elongated.
Precisely, etc. Exactly, yeah.
Cumulus bring good weather, etc., etc.
Yeah. So, homunculus type that flies using enlarged hands, like wings. It's become specialized for aerial activity. Excels at long-range attacks from high altitude and dodging a tackle. Using its own sturdy form. While it moves relatively slowly, it has the strange ability to release large floating hands that automatically track and bind targets, allowing it to dispatch them at will.
Light behavioral prediction unit Mediocris. Homunculus type designed for enhanced speed, lightweight body, highly developed leg musculature. It is able to predict enemy patterns by observing muscle movement and evades with amazing speed when it senses danger, making it all but impossible to attack with a lumbering infernal demon. 9 years of service life. Because its musculature has been reduced to the bare minimum to make it as lightweight as possible. It has a low attack power and most often attack its groups to cover this weakness.
Is there really like a cloud that we just called mediocre? Flockus, the homunculus type, composed out of a large number of stratus fused together to create a massive, highly resilient body, dominates its opponents with melee combat, and was used soon after creation to lead extermination squads methodically, destroying and murdering. Though it's slow and unable to make precise movements, its hefty body allows it to lumber along unfazed by most attacks, and it pushes through while sweeping its sword-like left arm through its prey. Because it's not under any direct control from Singularity, the fusion between stratus types that compose it is weak, and a sufficiently strong impact will cause its body to break apart. However, it can also utilize that weak connection to act in unexpected ways, such as liquefying itself to engulf targets. Hey, I was just thinking, so every multiverse is then comprised of its own Paradiso, Earth, Inferno, and Purgatorio, right?
As God intends it, if everything is good.
The world we come from. No, I guess not, then.
No?
Okay. Yeah, we haven't learned anything about that yet, but I was just thinking, like, if the Bayo we know comes from a universe, and then we are jumping multiverses, would each one have its own, you know,
Oh, wasn't it the world of chaos that was making up like all the multiverses? Didn't like
Rodin, he said something about
didn't
this?
he say something along the line of like the world of light and the world of like darkness, and then the world of chaos, which is our world, and then this was composed of multiple universes?
Okay. So only our layer is multiversed,
Yeah.
but Purgatorio, Inferno, and Paradiso are still separate and unique.
I
in and of
think it's something like
themselves.
that, yeah.
Okay, that decomplicates things significantly. And also doesn't destroy the idea of, like, well, essentially, like, if there's then that, basically, if all four duplicated each time,
That would be a lot.
it would be a lot, and it would also mean, like,
Different kinds of angels.
every fucking, well,
kinds of the-
every universe would have its own Jubileus.
Ooh.
Every universe would have its own Acer. It would get crazy.
Complicated, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yes, cool. That, thankfully makes sense. So the only people that are then getting duplicated are humans and people of chaos. Right? Rodin and anyone that is of a higher realm, it is not going to get duplicated. Which is why you're not seeing duplicate demons from each of these multiverses, because they all have to share the same Inferno, so each Bayo is going to pair up with its own collection of demons, but they're coming from the same shared hell.
Right. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we get Gamora, Phantom, you know, Butterfly, and so on, and no one else, no other Bayo in any other multiverse is allowed to get those because we're on contract with them. Maybe.
That makes sense.
Unless there's a, like, Chainsaw Man style situation where different people can make deals with the same. Sorry. All right, whatever.
That's fine.
Excuse me.
Waiting for more episodes to come out.
That's okay. It was a minor ass detail.
That's cool.
But yeah.
I have zero idea what it's all about, so
Okay.
I'm getting hyped.
It's about some good shit.
Yeah, everybody's getting mad online. That's all. That's all I know.
Oh, they're gonna get so mad. They're gonna get real
That's
mad.
what I keep hearing.
Yeah. I mean, reading it is not bad. If you ever felt like just flipping through a manga, you can do that in one night.
Yeah, because you ate it all.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Fractures. a variant of the Flocus homunculus type, fitted with a large blunt weapon as its left arm. The Fractus type can separate a portion of its left arm and swing it like a flail, giving it both greater power and longer range than the Flocus type. It also has the ability to deploy an energy shield and cover the weaknesses seen in the Flocus type. Special skill, Bilbo Rocket.
Sure.
Alright.
Bilbo Baggins. An explosive homunculus, Panis. Just sounds like a Greek guy. Mr. Panis.
Isn't there a mythological figure called Panis, like the Gardens of Panis or something?
Is there? Oh, okay. Again, I just know.
I'm not sure.
You could have some random Greek dude with the name Panis as well.
No, it's Panis that I'm thinking of.
Ephraim Panos.
Yeah. Something else. Never mind.
Tiganis Pro. Kalispera. An explosive homunculus type that resembles a jellyfish can float in midair. It splits apart upon being attacked, and when it can no longer split apart, it self-destructs, dealing heavy damage to the surrounding area. Designed as a bioweapon, it's not only unconcerned with its own survival, but actively invites attack and attempts to destroy targets along with itself, mainly sent into battle against large demons like infernal demons. Okay.
Oceania.
What are you thinking of?
I thought there was something, but I think it's the name of the restaurant. It's a restaurant in Montreal, Jardin de Panos, and Panos is short for like Panayotis.
Yeah, sure. Panayotis is another. Yeah, there you go.
It's not what I was looking for.
Anyway. I know a couple of Panayotises.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The Cumulonimbus, gigantic bipedal humanoid homunculus type. While of a seemingly excessive size, it is adept at ground-based combat and uses its strength and levitation abilities to move with agility. It has both the offensive and defensive strength to take on infernal demons, as well as a variety of both physical and energy attacks that allow it to attack at any range. 48 years of service life. It can also operate autonomously, and if Singularity's control is broken by an enemy attack, it will temporarily shift into an assault mode, splitting its two arms into four and utilizing increasingly vicious attacks in an attempt to remove any immediate danger to itself.
God damn it, someone just said they look like refreshing mint toothpaste, and I can't unsee it. Oh no, they're all toothpaste.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's Toothpaste Warframe. Cool minty fresh blast. Oh fuck. It's the white with the stripe, with the color stripe. That's the freshness right there. Fights plaque and the multiverse. A giant quadrupedal beast, like homunculus type, Asperatus. Its main weapon on its head, covered in thick armor and sporting sharp horns, which level its enemies while charging at them ferociously. Power behind its charge is astounding, capable of toppling and trampling the largest infernal demons. Facing it head-on is not as advisable strategy. It can jump high. It's cool. It does stuff. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got a Boars, baby. What was the previous skill? Gigaboar Charge.
Sure, it's the boar.
Badass. Another boar. Enhanced version of the
Firefoot
Asperatus type homunculus, the Volutus. In addition to its inherent viciousness, has been given the ability to emit flames from its hooves that deal additional damage to its targets, and uses charging tackles like Asperatus to do dumb shit.
Verga. Cool name.
La Verga. No, not Verga. Verga. Okay. Virgo, yeah. Verga.
Oh, is that what's up?
La Verga, way.
Oh, excuse me. Never mind.
Oh boy.
I was thinking about Ludacris talking about chilling out with the Virgo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is the double-headed stomping thing.
Yep, that's annoying too. Multi-wave. Heads at both sides.
Yada. Suction cups.
Oh. Okay, that's why it walks on walls.
Sure.
Blades of lights.
Sure.
And shooting stratus types like missiles.
Sure.
38 years.
Made in Australia.
Yeah. Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah, goddamn fuck it. No wonder.
Congestus. Ability to control time. Oh, that's the pole spinning thing.
Yeah, the pole.
Imbued with a portion of Singularity's power to manipulate the flow of time within a specified area, rewinding or fast-forwarding a movie. Singularity uses this homunculus when invading and destroying important points to lock events in time, preventing enemies from interfering. Can also use it against living things. Eternal Prison. Damn.
Playback dimension.
That's cool. Get those discs.
It's a JoJo skill. Genitus.
I'm sorry, what? Okay.
The fucking testy tree.
No method of attack. Takes root, absorbs energy, and
Produces
does
stratus
type.
types. Exactly. It's an enemy spawn.
Central Asia bioplant.
Yeah.
Module print.
Ball tree. Ball fucking what? Mushroom?
Spisatus. Poisonous gas. Spreading it over a wide area that causes damage to enemies and suppresses the area it has been deployed. Central Asia bioplant. Poison.
It reminds me of the big fat poison things in Elden Ring as well. Why are big fat poison things always kind of just... I guess they're because it's like almost like a sac, like an organ secreting is the idea. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah, sure. And then this one.
Humanist.
Sure.
Able to move. They form a barrier, both physical and spiritual.
Yeah. We can speak. There's nothing interesting coming out of these descriptions.
No.
The fact that the first ones could merge was probably the most interesting thing.
Iridescent, transmission specter, scatters clouds, destruction,
120 years,
dimensional pockets in space between the atoms it touches, iridescent core, more foreign bodies, winds,
aqua breath,
jizz,
well, arch iridescent. Yes. The power it gained from the Arch Eve it absorbed. Okay, so when they absorb a Bayonetta, they become Arch Iridescent.
Look at that footprint.
That's what they power up.
That's straight up a human hand.
Oh, that's its footprint. Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That's creepy.
Completely. Arch Eve. Whatever the fuck that is. Which is Bayonetta's, but why? In addition to the incalculable destructive power it gained by growing arms and legs, it has also gained the ability to split its tail in two and use it like a railgun to fire massive projectiles of unimaginable destructive power. You know, I gotta say again, I'm just thinking of the idea of like the whole thing with Lumen Sages and Umbra Witches are able to enter the other realms that are not part of Chaos. Like there's a... Oh, wait, no. They've all been wiped out. Okay, never mind.
Oops.
I was like, at some point in time, if you jumped into the Paradiso or Purgatorio, you probably could have ran into an alternate version of you. You know? If, like, all those people, all the sages and all the witches are all, like, hopping into those singular realities.
Yeah.
Some overlap would be happening, right? That could get pretty messy. Anyways, moving on. Let that thought float.
Is that a plot hole? What's going on here?
No. They're all dead. They're all dead. It's fine. Bayo's the only one. You don't got to worry about it.
Pyrocumulus. Yep.
Big strong fire.
Fire stuff.
Big heat. Cloak in the flame.
Environment. Volcanic bomb. Really old.
Monkey.
More hand footprints.
Angry monkey.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're back. Well, that was...
Damn.
More and more underwhelming as we went through it.
It really fell off after the first page, didn't it? I mean, that thing went right off a cliff after the step one. And then step two.
Cool. Oh, it would be cool if only that came and then it was over.
We just...
It's over. And it's over.
Toothpaste. Whew.
Oh, boy.
All right, well, we did some of these on the way, so that's great. Madama Butterfly's true form being anointed in the magic-rich heart blood of Bayonetta through her use of forbidden deadly sin ritual. Growing to a size that pierces the clouds, she has become even more beautiful and even more brutal, leading all who gaze upon her to feel their sanity crumple into something akin to a yearning for death. Something akin to a yearning for death grows within. That's pretty sick. Can't even look.
She got arms on her head. She got abs.
Are they feathers, hands?
Ripped.
They might even be all-seeing eyes. Whoa.
Special skill, burying foes.
Yep. She's got arms on her head. What does she do with them? Looks like she can change size at will. But check out those abs. Wow.
All right, Viola.
Chill.
Come
Or
on.
don't. That's
Check
fine.
That one.
Oh, her footprint is a stiletto.
Gomorrah. Sin Gomorrah.
Deadly sin ritual. Resembles the legendary beast tyrant spoken of in forbidden tomes, a mountainous creature rumored to live deep within Johnson Forest. They're sticking with it. They're sticking with it. They're not changing it. The beast tyrant was said to rule over Gomorrah, all of the Gomorrah in Johnson Forest. Could make all of the demons in the forest bow by simply raising its head. Not even the residents of Inferno have managed to see it to live to tell the tale.
Damn.
Uh-huh.
Fantasmaranea. Infernal demon. Nests upon the sea of magma. Rarely seen on the surface. Yeah. We
did that. Yeah, we did this one too.
War train, go on.
Go on.
Armed combat train known as T-696 that was built for national defense on one of the most remote worlds of the multiverse, using its most advanced technology, but that was later possessed by a vengeful spirit and ultimately became an infernal demon. Body thickly plated with unique alloy armor, equipped with 2 sets of front-facing dual cannon, 4 sets of triple cannons along the top, and also hides 6 long-barreled cannons and 6 chainsaw-like crushing weapons inside its body. Has an array of transformation mechanism. It can deploy the weapons at high speed to prepare for battle at any range. A leader by the name of Rokuro Todoroki, driven mad by countless battles, sent the train speeding through cities and burning them as he went, finally crashing into an ammunition dump and being dragged into Inferno.
Damn. I was going to say possessed by the spirit of a man who spent countless yen on Train Simulator arcade games. Thousands of hours is all it takes.
Getting really good. Footprint? Yep, that's good.
Tracks.
Rushing on relentlessly.
Cheshire, the lost outcast, a somewhat rootless infernal demon that inhabits Viola's katana, Mabdachi. He has not entered into the official contract with Viola, and in fact, it's unclear why he helps her at all when he still can't reliably complete a summoning spell. But he willingly appears from her katana whenever she calls on him to help, using the cat charm hanging from Viola's katana as a host body. He looks like some kind of theme park mascot, but it's unknown if that's his true form or he's somehow affected by the design of the charm. Cheshire's relationship with Viola seems more like that of good friends rather than master and servant, but the mysteries of why he's taken a liking to her, or when she's still not a full-fledged witch, and why she refuses to return to Inferno, or why he refuses to return to Inferno instead of continues to stay with Viola's katana, still remain. Yeah, so you're not a demon, you're some fucking kid's toy come to life. You're doing the whole Cheshire Cat thing, but you've got the pipe from the caterpillar.
Special skill, Viola watching.
Does her notes include anything extra, perhaps?
He has a big gut. He eats anything. He'll spit anything on the ground. Yep.
Okay, and she's not just using the old emojis, but she's doing the fancy ones that need you to know kana, to type out kana to make the open mouth.
Yeah, on top. Yeah.
Kind of faces. Like, yeah, good luck with that. on an English keyboard.
Are they? Okay. 500 years old. 500 years old.
Oh, that's true. It does say 500 years old.
What about the others? Are they all 85 years. 500.
Well, yeah, because trains only came into existence at a certain point in the timeline.
Right.
A train from ancient fucking times would make no sense. You know? You know when you hear about things that are just like out of place and out of time and don't make sense? Like, I don't know, perhaps an angel in the Garden of Eden holding a sword. It's like, oh, you mean those weapons that we created to use as human beings? Something from heaven was burning one of those objects that was created here on Earth for our convenience? Okay, that's cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Like, yeah, okay. Yeah, 85 years for that one. 500. Okay, 150 million for the Sin versions, the true forms.
Oh, even Gamora is 150 million.
Yeah, so their true form has existed beyond understanding.
1 billion.
I mean...
imparting knowledge.
I mean, DMC1 was 1 billion years ago. In the year 2001, billion. Yeah, the oldest forms, but that is the age of a real demon. So a real demon has possessed her shit and is taking on the form of something that happens to also be a very Bayonetta related term. And then we've got all the classics.
Oh.
I miss you guys, man.
Look at those.
Yeah. Affinities,
bro, look at this design.
Yeah, no, dude, winning top to bottom, and that's not even showing the real underside when you crack it open. The boys, acceptance, yeah,
indulgence stroke,
and it felt like the whole vibe of like punching gods that these games kind of, encapsulate. Is definitely, you feel it hard when halos are like floating over the things you're beating up. You definitely kind of feel like you're the bad guy fighting the divine forces, type of thing. Then Golem, son of a bitch, who invited you.
Developed by both the Umbra Witches and the Lumen Sages.
Back when there was peace. Yeah. And no temperance yet, or maybe at all, who knows. Or the fucking train things.
What happens when you press L or R here to change category? Oh, okay, you can...
do it this way. That's convenient. Okay, so this is the move lists. Nice. Tutorials... Oh, any ones that were missed, you can go back and catch. Okay. Well, that's not... for the ones that I ignored earlier,
right?
Can go see them.
A lot of them.
I'll just clear the lot. Right. The aisle between... Is this going to be interesting? This might not be interesting.
Go to the sky. We got some pieces.
We did read this one. I don't know why it was marked as new. Yeah, I feel like we did read that one.
Chaotic Abyss. A young man operating an impressive-looking device activates it with his practice speed, wipes the sweat on his brow, relieved.
Oh, these are the random memories from the different people. Yeah, from the different universes we're entering. Right,
operational stability confirmed. The 57th dimensional transfer test is also a success. Another success, but no matter how often I come here, I never quite get used to it. Although we keep the gate open, it always seems miraculous that I'm able to return back home from this abyss. Not that I don't have faith in the device, but I would be lying if I said there wasn't a degree of anxiety. After all, I'm going on trips by myself to search for something that not even the eyes could find. It would be stranger if I weren't anxious. But this is no time for complaints. Every moment counts. In order to understand how the world of chaos was split into countless parallel worlds, diligent if somewhat tedious investigation is necessary. Now, what kind of world awaits beyond that light over there? The man runs off quickly, disappearing into the light. A mixture of apprehension and curiosity begins to fill you. The images fade from your mind.
Please don't tell me we're going to have to read about the origins of singularity in these text logs as a guy who was investigating multiverse tech. There used to be one world of chaos, and then it was split into countless parallels. So the reason why we have to kill everybody is because there's only supposed to be one. I'm not going to assume that's what's happening. I think we're probably just reading about the random.
The answer is probably that Luca is singularity.
I mean, when you gotta, like, when it comes down to it, when you got no new enemies, the idea of there being some sort of, like, well, no, Acer was random. You know, like, it could just be some random new fucking asshole. It could be. They could go for a twist, or they could fucking not. I don't know, but like, Bayo isn't a bustling cast of characters. There's like 5 people.
Yeah,
and then the rest of the world is like whatever. You know. Right. We did read this one. No, we read the bowl off.
Yes.
As your fingers make contact, your head fills with the memories of someone else playing as a series of images. Beneath a giant monitor embedded in a tall building, a man comes running in something of a panic. Paying no attention to the commercials blaring from the monitor, he wipes the sweat from his forehead and steadies his breathing. Just great. First I oversleep, then I rush out without my phone. Of course, I forgot her number, so there's no way I can call. Maybe I can go back and get it? Nah, if I do that, I'll definitely be late. What time is it anyway? Not even sure I'd make it there and back, at full speed. Hey, I recognize that song. And that voice. So it's noon exactly. Well, at least I'm not late. But was this the right place? The man tilts his head in doubt, looks up at the mirror monitor, and decides to keep waiting for the other person to come. With a feeling of uncertainty still lingering, the images fade from your mind.
Okay. The Protector. More memories of someone else. A general stands in front of an encampment, holding what must be the helmet of a fallen soldier to her chest as she looks out over the raucous battlefield. Looking down at the helmet, she lets out a deep sigh. It has been a week already since the general fell. He was truly the bedrock on which this army stood. Sometimes, actually quite often, his attempts at grandeur ended in unintended humor. But I know what his true intentions were. This is a battlefield, a place where lives are taken. Pulled tight by the constant tension, the soldiers' nerves are frayed to their limits. But when he played the buffoon, they were all joined in laughter and with hearts lightened. They found the will to fight again. By showing weakness, he gave them strength. But what becomes of them now, with him gone? They give their all against this new and unknown enemy for the time being, but they cannot hide their wariness. I can't be what he was. I can't soothe their hearts. I can only give them hope by showing my own strength.
I can't match his power-booming vocals singing I Can Make a Man Out of You. It's one of the greatest songs ever. How can I hope to match that?
I must not show weakness. I must move forward, and for his sake as well, I vow to end this battle with all the power of my command. At my command, I will defend this land that he loved. The general places the helmet carefully at the foot of a nearby tree, then turns back towards the encampment. Sorrow, burn away before a new fervor for the battle to come. Images fade from your mind.
Now that he's gone, all I have left is my trusty little dragon voiced by Eddie Murphy. A mysterious flyer. Seems to be a colorful flyer advertising something. If you're holding this flyer, we've got good news. Means that though you're human, you've earned a chance to become a member of Arachne's Net.
What the fuck is that?
Just what is Arachne's Net, you say? It's only fair that a human like yourself may have doubts. You may even be muttering them right now. Well, let us explain, as politely as you please. Arachne's Net is an impossibly, extremely, supernaturally convenient online store that delivers anywhere in the world, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. In rain or shine, in a hail of arrows or bullets, we will deliver anything you can think of and everything you can't, sourced from the four corners of existence and delivered in an instant. Join now and you'll get a year with no membership fees or additional fees on lifespan processing. Just scan the magic glyph to apply. Please note, the flyer is only effective for the next 24 hours. Any attempt to apply afterward may result in interrupted existence. We look forward to doing business with you.
All right.
That's a hell of a deal. but also a hell of a risk.
All right. Bezos Netta.
I mean, but you have a day to use it, and if you don't, if you use it after a day, then you die. So, you know, I hope that Publisac is up to date.
Remnants of memory. More memories of someone else. A young woman paces around a room, her excitement unmistakable. After striking an enthusiastic pose, she finally sits down, her breath rapid. I finally made it. No more apprenticeship for me. I've finally been deemed a true Umbra witch. I feel so proud. It's the first time I've ever seen Mother that pleased. And best of all, I'm done with that excruciating training. I've never been so ecstatic. This reminds me of something I read before. It's said that when a person's emotions reach their peak, those emotions and memories spill out and remain in that place for eternity. If that's true, my memories of this moment will certainly remain here. I'm so excited. There's no way they won't. In fact, my precious memories, you just better stay here forever. Oh, but wait. I think only truly powerful witches can see remnants of memory. If future Umbran sisters see these overly excited memories, I'll be a joke. Well, so what? Because today is a special day, and congratulations to me. And starting tomorrow, it's time to get serious and prove that I am indeed an Umbra witch. The young woman strokes her hair lovingly, and stands and hurries out of the room. As your heart begins to overflow with a warm hope for the future, the images from your mind fade.
I mean, all we're missing is the toast in her mouth. Running and bumping into someone around the corner.
I'm gonna be late.
Shit, what's the word for late again?
Oh, sorry? Or
yeah, well, it's not a so no, but like it's like what you yell when what you say over and over again when you're running and you're trying to hurry up. Like if you're running from and you've got the toast in your mouth and you're gonna bump into senpai around the corner, Chikoku, 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 Chikoku. That's it. Chikoku is what you shout out while you're running with the toast in your mouth. Thank you. Yes, there you are. No, all right.
No, I've never.
Whoop. Yeah, hideous in pain. Clan of demons who infest. Yeah, okay, these are the same classics. Death Pledge. Yeah.
From the Fool's Graveyard. Absolute execution.
Oh, right. No, this was pain. And... yeah, the descriptions, I guess, are going to be the same for these guys. Yeah. Just tease us with the cool enemies of the past. Number which was left behind her remote European ancestral home, a Vigrid, behind now living in the hustle and bustle of New York City before it fucking went underwater in like 2 minutes. Keeping up appearances as a salt and devout nun on her days off, she's enjoying shopping excursions in the heart of the city. However, on the flip side, I guess she is a nun. That is true. She fronts as a nun. I forgot about that. The flip side of this idyllic existence is that a constant battle against the forces of light, which she bends the power of darkness to her will, leaving feathers and halos in her wake. Although she's called Bayonetta by the ever-present Enzo, Rodin, and others, only a few know her true name of Cereza. And now, with her assistance sought by a mysterious young woman, she journeys to the solitary island of Thule, set to hold the key to the survival of the world.
What was her weight?
4.67. Ooh.
And her height is... Alright.
11.951. Wow.
I don't know what that is.
Umbran witch height and Umbran witch weight.
Wow. Okay.
Not real pounds or feet. I'll tell you that.
Alright, that's fair.
16 heads high, Reggie.
Oh, I see.
That's the answer.
Whose head? The king? Gary Coleman?
Anybody's head.
Anybody's head, alright.
Her head. When you draw a character, you draw them a certain number of heads high. And when it comes to the fucking fashion character that is Bayo in her original concept art, you're going into the 13, 14, 15 heads high. And if you're an artist, you should be sweating when you hear that. Because, like, you have to you have to make that shit work somehow. Somewhere around head 6 is where the waist begins. And then you just go stems all the way down, and it's madness. Are you familiar with Clamp? You know the Clamp manga or Clamp anime? No. X or Clover? No. Okay. All right. They have a style with proportions that is it's quite scary.
Is it like big eyes and big heads?
Big eyes, big head, super skinny.
Okay.
Gray alien art style.
I think a friend wanted to show me like weird anime from like the 2000s.
Code Geass.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. If they look like the gray aliens from fucking X-Files style shit, except there's anime characters, flesh dropped on top of them.
All right.
Right? All that yaoi art style.
Yeah, okay.
You know? Like the fucking just the seme and the uke with the eyes that are half the size of his head.
Jesus.
And then the legs that anyways, that shit. Yeah.
Viola, the untested firebrand, a young woman of unknown origin who suddenly fell from the sky, escaping from her home world just before it was extinguished and somehow making her way to Bayonetta's world. She uses katana and magic to fight, but her abilities have yet to reach their full potential. Perhaps due to her being self-conscious about this, she has an exceptionally strong need to show off her power and takes on situations with an aggressive, almost competitive recklessness. Viola is cheerful, open, bursting with energy, which comes through in her punk fashion and is emphasized by her trademark Torture Cats t-shirt that features a character from the popular cartoon. Her cherished katana, Map Dachi, a blade over 3 feet long, is said to be able to cut through not only physical but also spiritual matter with one slice, and is the key to Viola's close combat fighting skills and style. The blade is also inhabited by Cheshire, small infernal demon who's not only ready to tag into battle at the first sign of Viola, but who can also sense when she's in trouble and lend a claw, demonstrating a mysterious bond that goes beyond the usual human-demon relationship. And her special skill is training Cheshire.
She's 18.
Estimated.
Give or take. The Platinum Witch Jean. Umbra Witch, who, together with Bayo, survived the witch hunts of 500 years ago, possesses magic on par with that of Bayonetta, and is able to expertly use a variety of magic arts, such as advanced attack and summoning magic, as long as she's not in a side-scrolling minigame where she's got to hide under boxes. Jean is the only person Bayonetta trusts to watch her back, and they have saved each other's lives numerous times. With the path of Bayonetta's magic instruction, while the path of Bayonetta's magic instruction has been rather unconventional, Jean has been trained in the orthodox Umbran way, and her battle style is both beautiful and exact. Normally, Jean spends her days as a high school teacher, but occasionally dons a special mask to become Cutie J and protects the humanity from otherworldly threats. While Bayonetta takes on the task of retrieving the Chaos Gears, said to be the key to saving the world, Jean herself infiltrates a classified research facility to secure Dr. Sigurd, who holds valuable information about Chaos Gears. Okay, so she's going to search for a scar-eyed guy.
Special skills?
Cutie arts. Roommates.
Just roommates, friends. Pals, buddies.
Rent is expensive in New York, don't you know?
Yeah.
A nun and a teacher, they can't fucking make ends meet just like that. You gotta pair up.
Driven journalist Luca Redgrave, a freelance journalist who appears and disappears unexpectedly as he circles the globe, driven by his passionate search for the truth.
So, Dante's original name was supposed to be Tony Redgrave. And, yeah, well.
Tony
Redgrave.
Okay.
So that then that reference comes through in Bayo 1 where they the first scene has Enzo pissing on Tony Redgrave's grave, right? He's peeing on the grave.
Yeah.
And so the name Redgrave comes up there because he's because they're doing the Dante reference, because that's what his original name was supposed to be. But or was it Camilla? It was Camilla's grave. Okay. But he was talking about Tony Redgrave then in that scene, I want to say. It's been a minute. I didn't remember that Luca's last name was Redgrave, though.
Yes, that did come up.
I guess I forgot that.
Yeah. I think it also came up in the last game.
Oh, it was Eggman. Okay, no, I'm wrong. I'm completely wrong. Yeah, okay. No. It was the Robotnik reference. It was Eggman. That's what that was. Yeah, I'm mixing up my shit. Never mind. Forget me. My brain's fucking mush. All right.
Forget about it here. Thus far, he has unraveled many mysteries, such as the truth behind his own father's death, the history of the Umbra witches and Lumen sages, and the legend of the god of chaos, all with a recklessness that makes him seem almost possessed. And whether aware of the world's imminent collapse or no, his drive to discover the truth has brought him to the previously undiscovered shores of Thule. The first words out of his mouth tend to be empty flirtation, but his initiative, boldness, and instincts for snatching victory from the jaws of defeat impressed even Bayonetta. Over the course of their long and seemingly destined relationship, they've become bound together by an emotion that goes beyond simple trust, with Luca being the only man in the world who can get away with calling her Cerezita.
Yeah.
His encounter with Bayonetta and Viola on this island, which holds the key to saving the world, couldn't have been a mere coincidence.
Yeah, right. His dad was Tony Redgrave in the Bayo universe, but that name references Dante. And, like, in... okay, and then in the Devil May Cry universe, Tony Redgrave then got used as Dante's fake name, I want to say. Like, he used it as a cover name at some point. So then that was like, oh, but he's not Tony, he's Dante. And Dante's doesn't really have a last name, but if he did, it would probably be like Dante of Sparta or Dante Sparta, something like that.
Let's see. Special skills, grappling, and running tricks.
Armsmith Supreme, Ice-T. Final level on Twitter.
A brawny figure.
I mean, open your eyes and look.
It fits. It fits.
A brawny figure who owns and operates a seedy bar known as the Gates of Hell, nestled...
Seedy? What the fuck?
He calls it a dive, but that's just that's a fucking speakeasy.
Yo.
Absolutely. Nestled in a secluded corner of the city, away from prying eyes. Contrary to his imposing appearance, Rene has a smooth, affable demeanor. However, the cold light that burns behind his sunglasses has been known to silence many a self-styled tough guy with a single glance. He provides a variety of goods and services to those he forms a rapport with, ranging from food to weapons and even seemingly otherworldly treasures. His collection is sizable, and in shadier circles, he's sometimes known as the Infernal Gunsmith. Rene is knowledgeable about current events in Paradiso and Inferno as well as their histories. He's frequently sought out when there's trouble of an occult nature. He's not originally a resident of the world of chaos. He doesn't have any counterparts in the multiverse, but he's rumored to deal weapons to customers on other worlds as well.
They don't know where he's from.
Dude, he's the Infinite One.
True.
He's the fallen angel. What more is there to say? We know exactly who he is. And,
yeah, I learned that through the infinite ticket stuff, so
yeah,
it's not imprinted in my mind.
He's the one, the OG, absolutely. And when he's not hanging out with Coco, he's at the bar or serving up hot dogs, apparently.
Bumbling broker Enzo.
That's supposed to be a Yankees logo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you can feel it.
An information broker who makes a living catering to the New York underworld, pulling strings to get a little something for himself. Keeping his ear to the streets and below, he never fails to catch wind of a rumor, and he can sniff out anything that could mean a payday. With luck, that would make even the denizens of Inferno and Paradiso reconsider their faith. He's managed to keep his cool in some truly dangerous dealings. As a side effect of his line of work, he's got an extremely foul mouth, and he loves his wife and kids dearly and indulges them whenever possible. In his give-and-take relationship with Bayonetta, he frequently skims a little off the top, but he also comes through with valuable information. After coming face-to-face with the dangers of the world's collapse, he just barely survives, but with his beloved family lost, he is torn apart by grief. My God, it's terrible.
I mean, I'm surprised they even bothered to mention it. Really. But sure.
Damn it.
He should be wearing Tim's.
Yeah, that doesn't. Those shoes. That's not good.
Well, what are we doing here? Are we New York or are we New York? Oh, we get profiles for them. That's fun. Okay. Street Smart Witch, B1. The Bayonetta counterpart encountered on the first parallel world Bayonetta visits. She visits. Oh, it just tells you what you saw. Okay, you're not getting a backstory, per se. Base of operations in Shibuya. She fights alone against incoming homunculus invasion.
Yo-yo tricks. Bayonetta B2, the one-eyed witch. Oh, one-eyed. Okay. Yeah, leading general. Several thousand troops in war-torn China.
Oh no, there's some lore here.
Previously enjoyed a carefree, untethered life, but seemed to have later formed a bond with a general who later lost his life in battle, and she took command in his stead. Having survived an almost incomprehensible number of deadly encounters, rumors about the origin of eye patch over her right eye abound. Some say she sacrificed the eye to save a friend, others say she lost it in a wager with an enemy, and still others say she sealed it herself to curb her own fearsome power. The truth is that the impressive figure she cuts as she rages across the field of battle has led her to be known as the One-Eyed Witch. It is said that no army can stand before the power of her dead-end express, imbued with the power of the infernal demon Warframe go on, but in the face of the relentless homunculus onslaught, it may only be a matter of time.
In this universe, she went for a dude.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's like... I wonder what the stats are across all universes. Okay. What do we know about Strider?
Yo. Strange creature that isn't an angel, demon, human, but seems to be some kind of beast man. Possessed of a durable body that can even shake off bullets, it moves with a predator's rough agility, refusing to be still. Extremely brutal. Once it has its sights set on its prey, its instincts for battle remain honed as it attacks relentlessly, tearing it apart with sharp claws and fangs.
Cute paw print.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, design cues, besides all the Malakath shit, it's got butterfly-like motifs on it, right? Slightly. Doesn't that seem kind of butterfly-like to you?
On the footprint?
No,
Or
on its body. Don't you find, like, I find the stained glass kind of butterfly designs.
Okay. Yeah.
They
look at the side
Yeah.
view on the side.
Yeah.
On top. Yeah,
Yeah.
it looks like a butterfly wing.
Exactly. And it kind of looks like, almost like Bayonetta's glasses that had the butterfly wings on them, type of thing. So it's a very, like, monarch energy. So that's another thing that might be, like, Umbran related, perhaps, you know? Possibly.
Now we're back on the top.
These things have lore? They're familiars.
They're agile, they go top speed, and it's hard to catch.
Yeah, what is there to say?
Frog.
Ugh, that face is, that's a fucked up frog
They
face.
stay hidden, they croak, they're noisy. Crows, they fly, they're annoying.
Color my world.
Four powerful sets of guns. They look good. Pillar. That looks cool.
Yeah, that's the yo-yo.
Alruna. 4 sets of ribs. Dead End Express. And the Mabdachi. Long blade katana, forged by a renowned blacksmith in medieval Japan.
Oh,
after
shit.
being instructed to do so in a dream by Queen Mab, the queen of the fairies.
Ah, that's why Mabdachi. Okay, I was gonna say that's a weird name. Yeah, Mab is a demon. In fact, you saw her.
Yeah, last time
in Rikuzu no Haraido. Yes. And Dachi is just
or probably like the sword thing, like a Nodachi or something.
Exactly, Nodachi, yeah. Or Tachi sometimes gets used, and maybe it's described for the... Is that used for the Wakizashi? Something? I forget. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sword words.
Sword words indeed.
Bull Kiss. Throwing darts, she charges with magic power. They contain glass tubes full of ether. She can change perfectly normal throwing darts into highly damaging magic missiles, since Viola doesn't particularly enjoy work that doesn't require precise concentration. She often nods off while charging them, causing the amount of magic power in the darts to be somewhat inconsistent.
Really? Okay.
Uh-huh.
All for one.
Yeah.
Call the names Athos, Porthos, D'Artagnan, and
yeah,
Aramis.
so this is Jean's weapons, yeah. Okay.
And all these items that we won't use.
Great. Great.
We went around it.
One and done. Maybe we'll check back at the end to see if any updates are interesting.
Right.
Or maybe extra information can do extra damage. Boy. Yeah, let's just get there. Let's just get there. And then I can theorize what they were thinking or go reading into the various articles that have been released since about what the fuck they were thinking. Damn. You know, all Bayonetta really needed to be was just I feel like I've been talking about James Bond a lot recently, but anyways.
Yeah, that word has come up a lot.
I don't know why it has, but it has. But I was gonna say, in the way that, okay, well, let's throw that out. A wandering anime character that, like, has adventures, but, like, you never really bother getting to the root of their problems. You know? She has that sort of, like, energy to her. At the end of the movie, it says Bayonetta will return. Right? It literally does. So you kind of could just have made a couple games that, like, were her kind of solving some other people's problems with slow stakes that get kind of high when you find out that, like, oh shit, heaven and hell are involved, type of thing. Like, you know what? Like Constantine.
Yeah, okay.
Almost like Constantine. You can kind of just have her run that way if you wanted to. But we're doing some wild shit instead. Some almost end of the franchise type shit, you know? So we'll see where this goes. But unfortunately, I think we already kind of... Yeah.
Got a taste, you think? You can smell it in the air?
You can smell it in the air, dude. You can smell it. Man. I mean... Yeah. Yeah. Like, in that world, dude, like, I don't know. There's the part... Because there's two parts to it, right? There's the part where it's like, oh, you just, like, kind of ignored what was there before and was fine. Slash, you cowered it out, etc. And then ignoring that entirely, let's say you just wanted your characters to all be sexless, celibate, fucking Barbies. Then the other part of it is like, You paired who with who? Under what circumstances?
Oh boy.
Was the world ending?
Oh, one of those scenarios where it's like, oh, the war is ending. You there. Come here.
Artificial insemination? You know? I don't know.
Luca Trip?
I mean, honestly, like, if you had to fucking throw a dart, you'd be like, oh, the loss of Bayo made all of her friends sad.
Yeah.
And in that grief, they came together. And then, hot topic. Is if I had to just, you know, throw a dart. Anyways, we shall see.
Woolie versus the algorithm.